Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I want to talk about what I believe to be the best epic tanks in the game. If we actually go and look into the gallery, we're gonna see that there's not too many, or at least, not ones that are mentioned as defense. So, it kind of makes it hard, but at the same time makes it easy comparing these ones and actually making a right top. So from these ones, we have what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16. So we have 16 tanks, and you know what? I chose, from my point of view, the top 5. There are certain ones that maybe deserve a mention, but from my point of view, there's 5 from here that definitely deserve to be in that top, and there's even some that appear as defense, but I don't believe they're actually tanks. Some are more DPS than actual tanks. When you're talking about somebody being a tank, you talk about somebody that, it's able to soak up damage, help your team with some other stuff. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. I did say in the previous one, when I did my top 15 epics, that I'm gonna make a list like this, just to be able to help as many of you out there decide on the team that you want to build, maybe if you have some of these tanks. So if you start investing, you might be like, okay, it's fine, I chose the right ones. So let's get into it, and we're gonna start with the number 1, which I believe is still number 1 when it comes to the epic tanks, and he's definitely top 3 best epics in the game, and that's Fbath. This guy is just a beast. It's an amazing, he's actually a legendary in disguise, in my opinion. So first thing, he brings an ally defense in dungeon by 24%. So this is a good Captain Aura, which is going to help you in every dungeon, because you're going to use him in every dungeon. Then if we're talking about the passive, when dealing damage to enemies under debuffs, the hero has a 30% chance of healing the ally with the lowest HP by 150% of his defense. He has a really good base defense, and you're going to stack him up with a lot of defense, and that's because of the next skill that we're going to go to. But let's continue with this one. Apart from doing the healing, he also dispels 1 debuff from them. That's massive. Even though it's just a 30% chance, that can be huge. A good heal, a good cleanse, that's just, that's wow. And also this, the more debuffs on the targets, the higher the healing amount. So this one can heal for a lot more if there's more debuffs out, and it can trigger every 1 second. So, you're not going to have him attack faster than 1 second, but still, when he does that, it's a pretty good chance, and that's just the passive. Then we go to the battle skill. He generates a healing nexus around him, healing all allies within range by 50% of his defense. That can be scaled up to heal by even more. And again, it's a pretty good area. So this is a pretty good area. So he basically heals himself and the allies around. So he has an amazing self-sustain. And, if that's not enough, he has an amazing ultimate as well that deals 600% attack, which, you don't really care because he's not going to do damage. But he has a 100% chance of inflicting attack penalty down. So basically for a tank, he brings you everything that you need. He's going to be tanky because he has good base stats. He's going to bring you the attack penalty 2. He's going to bring heal for himself and a passive that heals some other people. So, it's not just heal for himself, heal for himself and the allies around. So definitely Fbath is the number 1 tank in the game, in my opinion. Now, the next ones that I'm going to mention are not particularly in that order, like 2, 3, 4, 5. I just wanted to say that from my point of view, Fbath is first, and now whoever's going to be the next one. So let's go to Isole. It's going to be quite funny because, lots of them are kind of in the same element, so that's weird. But next one I want to talk about is Isole, because she was just there. She is a beast. She was not during closed beta a hero. She was added this season, and she's awesome. I think she might be one of the ones that I'm actually going to build for my end game account to deal with the temporal vortex, because she brings a defense in all battles, not just dungeons like Fbath, but all battles by 24%. That's a massive aura. The passive, shield granted by the hero reduces allied damage taken by 15%. So this is going to be huge, because if you have shields granted by her, you're straight up going to get damage reduction, 15%, which can be massive. This can be the difference between you beating some content or not. Then on the battle skill, she deals damage based off of attack and max HP, her max HP. So you're not going to care about attack, but you're going to care about her max HP to, the area around her, and grants defense up to all allies within range. Okay? So that's crazy. So sorry, the damage is just to one target, but defense up to all allies within range. That's huge. Like if you think about Temporal Vortex, for example, everybody's gonna be paired up. So at least, you know, she's not gonna be maybe in the middle, but at least 1, 2, 3. I think you can actually make them so that everybody gets the defense up. As long as she's in the middle, you have 2 on the side and you have 2 behind her over there. That can be huge. And it's on the battle skill. That's crazy. And you can also smack if you build HP, because guess what? She deals again damage on her ultimate based off of attack, but also max HP from her max HP to enemies within range. It's a pretty good range with a 100% chance of landing attack penalty down to 20 on a 20-second cooldown. That's for 10 seconds. Meanwhile, she grants a 14% max HP shield to all allies within range for 10 seconds. What else do you want from her? Like, she brings everything. She brings you massive shields, damage reduction, defense up, and attack penalty. She's definitely a god tier. She's, you know, she's creeping up on Fbath for actually being the top tank in my opinion. She's just amazing. So definitely Isole, one of the tanks you wanna build, because she just brings everything. She's amazing. Definitely amazing. Now the next one, well, since we're on the same line, let's jump over to Horus, okay? You might be, you know, people might be like, what, Horus, really? He doesn't seem that good. He's just a free hero. Trust me, he's actually good. Compared to the other ones that we have, from my point of view, Horus deserves to be in the top 5 because, first of all, he brings an ally HP in all battles. Okay, amazing, 24% boost. That's gonna be good. Then this passive is just insane. Like, most of his kit is about this passive. When taking damage, the hero has a 75% chance of obtaining a 10% max HP shield for 5 seconds. The effect can only take this one can only take effect once every 7 seconds. If you stack a ton of HP on him, he's almost gonna be indestructible. This passive just keeps throwing shields in there. He has really good defense as well, apart from having high HP. So this passive is just insane. Then on the battle skill, he has a, I wish this one was booked to 100%, but you know, it is what it is. It's good enough. Maybe they're gonna buff him at one point, but has a 75% chance of landing attack penalty 2 on the battle skill, which is massive because he's gonna come back to that one pretty quick. So this is huge, and his damage is based off of defense. So you know, if you're gonna have some defense, he can also smack as well. Same thing with Isole earlier. You're gonna build a ton of HP on her, so she can do some damage as well. And then this ultimate is again amazing. Stops attacking and unleashes battle cry force. Basically, he smashes with his shield. He doesn't attack. He taunts enemies in that range for 5 seconds. Deals 600% defense damage and grants himself damage reduction and heat recovery. Look at the cooldown. So you see, it's like, oh, it's 5 seconds. It's on a 16 seconds cooldown. So he's gonna come back to that damage reduction so often that he's just gonna be indestructible. Have a little bit of support around him, and he's gonna be a god. Like, that's why he's one of the best tanks when it comes to the Grave of Venom. It's because of this ultimate coming back to it so fast, and because of his passive. So definitely Horus, worth mentioning. Now, the next one that we're going to move over to is going to be, again, fun enough, on the same line and from the same pairing. It's Gareth. So Gareth is another one that seems pretty interesting because on his passive, he has this that says, okay, I hope I wasn't hiding too much of the text, guys, sorry. When the hero takes damage that exceeds 20% of their max HP, they gain healing equal to 50% of the damage, okay? So if you take a massive hit, for example, in Temporal Vortex, you take a hit that's based off of his max HP, he's going to basically only take half of that damage, okay? He's gonna take, I don't know, 50% of his max HP damage, heals back from 25%. So this one is actually huge. Then on his passive, he gives himself defense up to for 5 seconds. It's the battle skill, so that's crazy. Then strikes at an enemy dealing defense-based damage and reduces the damage taken from that enemy by 30% for 5 seconds. So if you think about any boss fight where, you know, he's gonna be the focus, unless they have some AoE hits and stuff, he's the main focus. Well, he's gonna have some crazy inbuilt survivability with the defense up, with the damage reduction from this one as well. So again, Grave of Venom, even the even the Grave of Curse, Grave of Rot, any other area where you need a tank, he's gonna be amazing with this one. And then guess what, there's more. The ultimate, he deals to 620% attack. I don't know why this one's attack. I wish it was defense, because this one's defense. Maybe it's a mistake, but deals 620% attack to enemies within range with a 100% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2. Again, he brings himself some sustainability, he brings the defense penalty, and he has an amazing passive. You know, that makes him worth to be in the top 5 from my point of view. And now let's move over to the last one. Again, okay, if you guys are gonna be like, oh, why is he last? Again, it's not in the order. I just, went with them because they were on the same line. But last one from the top 5 is going to be Gareth. This guy is a monster, okay? This guy is just a monster. He's just wow. I've seen people say that they fought him in arena and 5 players against him alone could not kill him. So let's go through his kit. So first of all, he gives defense in all battles to all your allies. Good aura again, all battles. That means it's amazing. You can use him everywhere. Check this crazy passive out. When taking damage, the hero has a 50% chance to gain 1 stack of defense up permanently. The status is undispellable and can be stacked up to 20 stacks. So he gains 2% defense up every time he gets hit, or 50-50. He can stack up to 20 times. He can get 40% extra defense. He can get increased defense on himself for 40%. And guess what? That's going to be massive because that's going to count after all your stats that you give yourself from, gear and all stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot. But wait, there's some more stuff. Battle skill deals 400% defense damage to enemy with 100% chance to knock up and grants hit recovery to the hero for 10 seconds. It's not 5, it's 10 seconds. So basically every 10 seconds he's gonna keep healing himself, okay? It's not a huge heal, but it's gonna help him survive. And now let's get to the last one. Check this one out. Full board, okay? Dispels all debuffs from the hero and heals all allies by 600% of his defense. So remember the passive, giving him 40% extra defense. Okay, imagine how big the heal is gonna be. If you stack this guy with a ton of defense, he's gonna fully heal everybody once he gets his ultimate. This is just crazy. Like, Gareth is definitely one of the monsters that has been added, and I'm looking forward to building him for my Radiant team. First, I'm looking forward to pulling him because I don't have him. And I'm looking forward to playing with him because he's definitely gonna be amazing. Now, there were some other ones that I looked at, but honestly, I feel like these ones got worth mentioning. Dalbam can be pretty interesting, but he's not that crazy. He's just God tier in arena, okay? He's annoying in arena because of his passive and because of the blind, but apart from that, in every other area, I would not talk too much about him. Dueling, again, pretty interesting, gives some ally protection and stuff like that, but still, he's not as good as the other ones. Then, I don't know, Irma can be interesting, Voltag can be interesting, but still, I believe that these ones just did not deserve to come in the top 5 compared to the other ones. But anyway, if you have a different, if you believe different, leave it in the comments below. If you think somebody else should have gone on the list, and who would you take out, okay? So if you're gonna say no, he should have been in the top 5, please let me know who do you think I should have bumped out of the list. But anyway, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.